Hi guys. So today was the fourth day of medical school. So today was Thursday, August 30th. Yesterday I didn't get the chance to update after the events, after the conference. So just a quick recap of yesterday, day 3. So after the lectures in the morning, in the evening we had, in the afternoon we had a wellness kind of event about wellness, information about health and how to keep healthy as a medical student during the medical studies, which was very interesting. Followed by, and also the options and the facilities that McGill provides. Followed by a career talk by two family physician residents. One of them was finishing her residency, and also another a family physician who went into public health as well, but he's been working for a while now in the industry. So it was very interesting to see what family medicine can lead to. That was very eye-opening. As of this moment, that is not particularly my interest to go into family medicine, but then seeing that they can train after finishing their 2 years of residency in family medicine, that they can do emergency medicine or other types of more subspecialization is very interesting to know. I had heard things here and there, but to hear it from them who are kind of doing it is a different aspect altogether. So that was that. Also, we had a talk by a financial kind of person from the CMA, I believe, Canadian Medical Association. So that was also interesting to explore around the finances. So far, I must confess, I'm a self-confessed misunderstander, if that's a word, of finances and money. I'm not very good in that department. I've never been in trouble. It's just I don't really like finances at all. So that was interesting, though. Still, it's an area that I particularly need to find more information in, because the banks offer you lines of credit, and then also there is the government kind of loan that you can get. So different types of things that I need to spend some time researching to see what the best option is, because apparently there are a lot of footnotes. So when you sign that piece of document for any of these, you are signing a long-term contract, as is with everything else. But in this one, I hadn't heard that before, because a lot of fellow students go for this. So it's good to explore this a bit further. So after that, I went to a general surgery, well, not a general, it was a surgical conference at Montreal General Hospital. So it was about a lot of different surgical specialties, doing research in various parts of the field. So we had pediatric surgery, we had transplant surgery, we had trauma, global surgery, colorectal. We had a lot of different specialties that they were. So they are doing, it was research. So there was a wet bench kind of research, and also some clinical chart reviews and other clinical research as well, which, to be honest with you, as a Med 1, there is only so much we can do. I and my cohorts can do in the clinical setting. So getting involved with some areas of research that would interest me would be interesting to get my feet wet to see how it's like. So that was very informative. That was about 2 hours and a half as well in the evening. So I got home around 9 something p.m. It was a long day for me, because I woke up at 5:30 a.m. and I went to the gym and then classes and whatnot. So it was relatively long, and then I had to take care of other stuff at home and study whatnot. So it's a bit there is so much to do. So my point is, there is so much to do. So this morning I didn't even get a chance to record the video, because I had to run everything and run to the classes as well. So this morning we had 3 hours of lecture in the morning as well. So the first hour was about palliative care, very interesting, and also use of opioids and pain management in palliative care. Again, very interesting. Then it was followed by measuring health. It was more of the second hour was more of a public health kind of perspective, measuring progress and also health. And also we were shown some similar sample questions of how this block is going to be tested, because my problem with this block is, and also not mine, let me clarify, the subject of this block A is so broad that it's hard to imagine what kinds of questions they want to ask, because it's public health, it's global health, so there is so much to know. And then knowing how much detail they want to know is kind of anyone's guess. So it's really good to see what kinds of questions they are looking for, because a lot of this stuff are common sense. Having said that, I do understand why we need to study them. So it's just the question for me or a lot of my cohorts is, what types of questions are they going to ask us, because there's so much to know. So that was second hour as well. Then the third hour of lecture was a kind of a segue to basic sciences of medicine, I would say. So it was molecular, just have it right there, molecular basics of life. So that was interesting. So from tomorrow, most of our lectures are going to be towards more clinical and scientific, if you will, approaches to medicine. So after those 3 hours, we had a short break, and then we had a 3 to 4 hour kind of small group discussion. I say small in double quotation because it wasn't so small. It was so we have our small groups, but it was, I think, a few of our small groups together. So maybe 3 of them. So it was a kind of a large classroom. So we had different people presenting different things. So we had some, equity and inequity talk, and some hard to talk about subjects, of course, biases and prejudice against that everyone has. That's no secret. So it was interesting to talk about these things in a safe place and in an open kind of environment. So that was the second. So the first of the discussions. Then it was a talk by a lady who has been involved. Interestingly enough, she has an engineering background, but in 1989 she was involved in a school shooting. So that kind of affected her, and then she's been into advocacy for gun control, and then later on tobacco and whatnot ever since. So that was very interesting, that it took them 6 years to influence government to do a lot of banning on smoking in different capacities, and also packaging of cigarettes, whatnot, and gun control and all that. So I believe the 6 years was for tobacco, but it could be for gun control. In fact, I think it was for gun. So don't quote me on that, okay? In Quebec, don't quote me on that. But the point of the detail doesn't matter. The point of the talk was about advocacy and how to go about advocacy. So right now there is a lot of campaign and effort in tobacco, and regulating kind of tobacco usages and different things, because political stuff, things go back and forth. You win some, you lose some. So that was very interesting. Then after that we had another talk also about advocacy, and a more kind of practical workshop on so we had, again, in our small group, kind of in that big lecture room, we had to come up with different causes and advocate for them, and do these kinds of things. So also that was very useful. So then after that, we finished around 4 o'clock, I believe. So a bit earlier than planned, so which is nice. So that gave us a bit more time. So I've come home and there's so much to catch up on that not just studying, but also different admin work that we have to do, emails to send. Also, I need to email the people from surgical conference yesterday. So there's so much to do all the time that the amount of work to do, it just doesn't finish. So I'm gonna go to the gym now, come back and do some more work, and let's see what time I get to sleep tonight, and then we have a long day tomorrow as well. By the way, one more update I have to say is I got my LFME preceptor yesterday. So LFME is, I talked about it in, I think, one of the last week, I think it was. Anyway, so it's a program that we get matched with a family physician. So we go and shadow them during our first year, which gives us excellent clinical exposure. I really, as I've said this before, I really like the curriculum at McGill, and this is one of the very unique things that we get exposed to a lot of clinical setting since, right from the beginning. So that is not, the week 1 is not over yet. We're already matched and ready for action, which is great. So that's all. Tomorrow we have lectures, and then we have a lot of group project activity to do. So I'll keep you guys posted about tomorrow's activities tomorrow. So that's it for me, and well, ciao. Good morning, day 5. I'm going to class kind of late. Not late, it's just I have to rush. So we have lectures followed by group project activities. Keep you guys posted.